Those that the ministry of the Lion of Judah will favor. Anytime a messenger is sent to the earth with a message, with a particular message, there are those that benefit from that ministry. Those that benefit from that ministry are not always different from those who prepared for the ministry. Those that provided platform for it. Because in Hebrews chapter 5, 1 and 2, every high priest is sent from among the people, for the people. I want you to pay attention to this truth. In Isaiah chapter 19, 19 to 25, the Bible says, an altar shall come out for Africa. Later in that, it said, and Africa shall become God's people. Wait a minute. The altar that should come out from Africa, that will make Africa a people, is a Jewish altar made in vengeance. I would like you to listen. That altar will favor one group of people. That altar, this message called rapture, will favor one group of people. African Hebrews are number one. Why? Because the altar belonged to the Jews by its nature. Something like its ordinances, its sacrifices, its pattern, the sacrifice that was made to raise it. All these things belong to the Jews. But the altar will come from the land of Africa. That makes the Igbos very unique in this season. Make the Ethiopians unique. Make African Hebrews unique in this season. But there is something that will cause a rejection. Because that the aname of that altar will come from the church. We come from huh? There is a practice in that altar the church will not like. Because that practice is not part of the church. But they don't know that the church is coming for something, the altar is built for something different. This thing I'm telling you, the way I'm saying it, I've never said it anywhere. I want to open your eyes to the complications of oblation, complications of sacrifice, and then vows that are important part of that altar. These two things that make up the sabbatical content of that altar is something that the church doesn't want to hear, because they believe that Jesus have done it. But this program is introducing the tribulation time. There's going to be hour of tribulation, but the tribulation that we manifest from Third World War, God will make a provision for the righteous. If you look up to other, if you look at me, I will tell you something that you will never forget. The last thing God will do on earth, don't call it religion. I know I have practical evidence of what I'm trying to tell you. The last thing God will do on earth is to join righteous people with unrighteous people. He will never punish righteous men for the sin of their righteous. It's not possible. And if somebody try by any means to tell you that the reason he's suffering is because he's righteous, he's a criminal. That's why everything is not working for him. He's serving God too much. That is blasphemy. It's evil. Don't listen to it. I know by assurance as I'm talking to you here now that tribulation must happen on earth, and it will happen in our time. But some people, the righteous, will not be part of it. It doesn't pay good with evil. It's not possible with God. It's not possible with God. Don't allow that somebody who is walking up and down to tell you that the reason he's suffering is because he's having God too much. That's stupidity. Don't listen to it. When he was about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he went, and look at respect. He went and told Abraham that it's on his own. I said he went and told Abraham that it's where? On his own. What concerned Abraham with Sodom and Gomorrah? If not too much of respect of God. I see some people who call themselves, because color is cheap, and to be man of God is an abomination to this age. I see people who are not calling themselves children of God, living nonsensical life. So reproach follow them everywhere. Things that God does not, things that represent that God is not with them keep happening. And then so many people, because they're calling themselves children of God, so many people don't want to enter church anymore. Because even some people, some unbelievers' life are far better than them. What a life. That time God was swearing that if Job and Noah, and Job, Noah, and this is Samuel, 3 people now, Daniel, somebody who read that thing, the God that said it hasn't changed. There are people that even small sacrifice for God, they will make it. But if it's money, they will follow money to anywhere. Shameless tribe. And then because they like money so much, every small thing that God gave them makes them arrogant. What a deplorable situation. Every small money in their account sway them up. You see, because they don't know God, they can't even imagine how big God is. In that Isaiah chapter 19, these 3 things are part of that altar, and the church doesn't want to hear it. I said the church. No, the church will not listen to oblation. No. The church will not listen to oblation from an altar, even though it is God's will. You see, I would like you to hear that the last will of God on earth must involve cutting off animal in the altar. Because the work of God that have 8 phases, that is what is called worldly sanctuary. The worldly sanctuary, Sabbath. The Sabbath to declare Saturday a time of worship. The Lion of Judah will still declare it after rapture. Because that's the standard. A day of rest cannot be Sunday. It's going to be Saturday, but it's not Saturday of the law, but Saturday of vengeance. So it is not Sabbath of Moses. It's the Sabbath of the Lion of Judah. But it's unavoidable. Because that altar there, you see there are 3 things there on that altar. That altar have hole for candle. It have hole to vana suto me pliun hafla osne yezere ovredo zinianjis. It's there, that is incense. Faliamo pre de la commandance lozis. You see, because I'm saying to divorce, this thing I'm telling you smells. Have me value yuji. It smells. Do I say it? So there is incense that has it. Now, but now my now if I say Valusana have a hush, they want to accept it, call it a way song. But if I now bring incense and light it, they get angry. But two of them are the same. Ausle hijle vozli hujnis. Havle hosno predus silaye kofinos. Yahoah jauze uzili hujili. Have no zandoli hujili shush. Yahweh. Zeozuze. There's no difference. You see sense? When I do it, then as I'm here, when atafan number tulusili slaflatos pladas kayushlihish as it's going over Lutro there, I'm already seeing them do their this like this. Is there? That is their. That's the sense that they will just jam it. They are already jamming it. That is sele. That is sele. Huh? Huh? Yeah, that's sele. Huh? That is celestial. And that's somebody said I don't like celestial church. You know that sele or cherubim and seraphim. You know they went into certain sacred order, huh? And then broke limit. It's not everything they are doing that is wrong. Huh? Voshima Belzezi Shaveno Shibrao. Some of the cherubims that Aflan Hosto Hela Strano Haplan Stomba Antul Klostirish. Some of them wear those clothes the way they wear them. And because they saw Amvos the celestial stream. They saw that they didn't wear shoe because it was a float of a cloud. So they think that they can walk barefooted. If you don't like it, allow them. It's not perfectly. Don't go there. Leave it. God will not. You know that's the way God Yahweh is. That part Yahweh represents. He will still go there. That's why I don't trust them. That's the way Yahweh is. If they come to that part, he will still go there. and then you're fighting. They don't know that Yahweh is there. When they start Uguzai on there and start sport or separate, Yahweh will still go there. If they do something else that he doesn't like, he will withdraw and be waiting for when they will come there. He will still come back. That's the way he is. 19 of the book of get the vow. Now, he said that yes. 21, I say, and they shall be known to Egypt, and Egyptians shall know the Lord in that day, and shall do sacrifice and oblation, yea.
They shall vow a vow unto the Lord
and
perform it.
How many things will they do? 3 things. They shall make sacrifice and vow a vow. 3 of them. Now that oblation must involve incense. The sacrifice must involve clean of animal. As far as the 8th, phase of the 8th is concerned, the 8th will respond to animal sacrifice. I said the 8th will respond. The 8th will respond to blood. Must. Till tomorrow. You see, because the last sanctuary, there is not a heavenly sanctuary. And that sanctuary cannot be raised without blood because it's of the earth. Now that's one of the secrets. Now why I brought this there, this altar will favor Africa. So in this season, Africa is the focus. Africa is the focus. The Jews are the focus. Because the ministry that we are talking about, is a Jewish is a Jewish ministry manifesting from Africa. So it is involving African Jews. That's why the lion is of African descent. It is a lion altar, and it's also found in Asia Minor. So eventually it's going to extend to Assyria, just like what's going on around Iran and all of that. That battle will not end. It will involve Africa eventually. Why America is coming to it is because America is trying to carry the face of the church to join the law, and then bring Assyria. It will eventually come to Africa. So 1,000 years of Jesus is a showdown for African glory. So all the angels that are very powerful in heaven are returning to Africa. The tabernacle in 21 of Revelation 3 and 4 is an African tabernacle. That tabernacle is not different from Isaiah altar. No, it's not different. What Isaiah saw, what John saw was a more mature revelation of Isaiah. But Isaiah mentioned names of nations that are involved, Africa, Syria, and Israel, which John didn't mention. In 11 of the book of Romans, the Bible said the time of the fading. Please, I would like you to hear this. Hear what I'm about to tell you and be blessed. Hear this and be blessed too. The time of the fading away of the church is completed. The church in its system, they said their system. This thing you see happening to the church cannot stop until they are off completely. It's not that the church will go off completely. The church must get deeply mired into much confusion. Yes, and then grace will vanish from them. If you check now, there's no much grace in the church anymore. Because their season has passed. According to Romans chapter 11, the hour of the white olive is over. I said the hour of yes, the hour of Romans 11 is over. You see, because the original olive that was plucked out, God is saying that the time for you to come out to come in 11, 25, 26. He said, because the time to deliver Zion, the hour of deliverance of Zion is full. Completely full. So the power, this is a secret I want to bring out too. The time of the time of oblation, the time of sacrifice, the time of vow is now. These are values that make the ministry of the lion very strong. And then having the face of the earth. Having the face of the earth. Yes, the face of the earth. And then that altar is going to be built from a worldly sanctuary. That is a strong altar. It's an altar like in 21:3 and 4 of Revelation that will be too strong that when Yahweh sat on it, it will not break. It's not the altar of the Son of God. It's the altar of the Lion of Judah, of God himself. And that altar Africa was chosen to be the only home of that altar. That what it means is that Africa is the only continent where God will come as a man. Forever. Africa is the only continent forever where Yahweh will come as a man. The best is that he came as a man for the Jews. But for the last coming, he will not go to Jews. Don't forget it. That makes Africa the most powerful continent in eternity. Excuse me. Please hold on. Let me bless you with something. Let me bless you with something. A lot of pastors doesn't know what I'm about to tell you. The power of God, the real power of God, is in two things. His nature. There's a nature. There's a difference between when God is a servant like Moses, when God is like a son like Jesus, and when God is a man as God. That form makes him too powerful. It's a form. It's not a doing. It's not a miracle. Just a form. That this person who took the nature of his son and became a man, this same person by himself has become a man himself. Nothing is more powerful. Now, when you meet him as a man, you will not know why. Because his thought as a man is going to be different from his thought as his son in a man. That is powerful. Now, I would like you to listen. This evening is terrible. Hear me. Listen to me. There are certain things that the church does not emphasize. I keep on emphasizing. Don't joke. Don't joke with the way something is. That's one of my grace for you this evening. You see, in your whole life, don't joke with the way something is. You see, what I mean is, don't joke with a form. A form. Form. Form represents ultimate power. Form represents life and death. Form is irreplaceable. Form. And somebody is asking, Shepherd, how do you know about form? I say, because that's what matters. Now God is taking the last form. And then you will know it. You know, there are things there are things that I don't joke with. I will hardly preach message, and I don't talk about prodigal son. Because I am very, very angry with the instability that made him to leave his father's house. Excuse me. There are two things I don't always like in people. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's a destruction. Number one, you see confusion. If you see wandering, nothing good will come out of it. He said two of them are agents of death. I said two of them. Agents. And then you see mental instability. Is the highest form of poverty on earth. There's some people, when I look at them, I said, is it the way you can? Is it the way you want to be? This thing is it how you want to be? This thing you are? Is it how you want to be on this earth? And you're looking for blessing? How can this thing be blessed? Some doesn't even know that the wind is flapping my Bible. Yes, you don't just say flapping it. Yes, there is nothing I can't change. The wind is flapping Bible. Huh? These things, all these things that are moving my clothes, are they not timekeepers? They are trying to, they are rushing me. Now, excuse me. They are rushing me either to help me or reduce me, because they want me to leave by 7:30. Yes, sir. And why would I know it? They are not my friends. Look at how they are flapping my Bible. Excuse me. And anytime I see them, this thing you see has presence. Oh, yeah, this is our presence. And then somebody, a wind blow you, you are turning with wind. You are turning. How can you turn with wind? If you turn with wind, you can't control wind. And there are people that are so senseless that whatever that happened to them, they will turn with it. Night come, they will turn with night. Morning come, they turn with morning. They can't be stable. That is why the moment that it is 8 o'clock, 9, Hana Rahora, Kangur marijuana. It try and send their test by 11:30, Nabale, or 10 Nabale. They will reply you by 7:30 in the morning. Test is send your money by 10 p.m. or by 9. You reply by 8:15. Even 8:15, what can they be? He's trying to come out of the darkness of the night. Even when sun has passed through the window to get to her bed and tell her, wake up. Somebody say, God forbid. In that parable, the stability of God didn't allow him to share that secret with his son. There are things you don't tell people because you see, telling them that will not make money. Number 3, understanding the relevant knowledge of this millennium. That I want to help you with something. You see this millennium, it's a learning millennium. That is on your paper. A millennium owned by the Father of spirits. So if there's any millennium on earth where darkness is an abomination, is this millennium. If there's any millennium in eternity where light is everything, is this millennium. Write it down. I say if there's any millennium where, now if you look up, I'll give you a gift. Apart from light, there are relevant and peculiar revelation of this millennium. Another revelation of this millennium is how important soul is. That is why the Lion of Judah, when he takes a human body, he had to stay long on it to produce a soul that is big enough to conquer the devil from the earth. A soul that have